Hey, what's shaking YouTube? It's GK. It's a Friday. I'm living the happy high life. I hope you are too. And if not, hopefully you stay for the entire length of this video and you get to live in that hobby high life before it ends. First off the bat today, man, once again, our only sale, back-to-back days with one sale when we filmed the video. So this is a 2019 Legacy Timeless Talents Tim Brown. You know, not numbered or anything, just like a common insert card, sold for 99 cents. You know, man, we'll take it. One of the things, you know, we'll post our daily sales in the morning of each day. And a lot of times throughout the day, more sales come through. So like yesterday we had one card, and then I think by the time we went to the mailbox, there was actually about 7 or 8 shipments. So, you know, not as good as some days, but still, nonetheless, man, it's a positive mark. So we'll take it. Now, you know, we've been talking about where to sell and why to sell, and then the next step in the logical progression to me, anyways, is what to sell. Now, it doesn't really matter to me what anybody sells, but for me, I like to stick with what I like the best and what I'm most familiar with. But, you know, if that happens to be baseball, you know, vintage baseball, put that out there. If it happens to be like rookie baseball or, you know, Hall of Fame players, you know, go for it. That's what it's all about. Maybe your thing is basketball. Maybe it could be vintage basketball. And, you know, or maybe it's newer modern basketball, you know, with, you know, just putting the stars out there on the market. You know, maybe that's your thing. Maybe that's what you know best. And if so, man, stick with it. Maybe vintage hockey is right up your alley, and that's what you want to get into. You know, that's something that, man, for all of these, there's a lot of knowledge to learn. Maybe closer to more modern era hockey is one of the things that you like and you're really well versed in, and that's what you'd rather sell. You know, there's just there's some beautiful cards out there. It doesn't really matter what sport it is. There's a lot of good stuff out there. Maybe you're into football, and that's what I'm into. That's, you know, for over 40 years, this has been my primary passion and pursuit as far as the hobby goes, is football cards. And here's, you know, a couple examples. Maybe you're into, you know, modern and some of these effects. Even though this cracked ice effect is something that's been around for quite some time, man, it's hard to beat on these modern cards. Maybe you like rookie cards, you know, and that's your thing. And that's what you're into. Maybe you know, this is also too, like, you could almost consider this a mid-tier card, not quite a high-level card, but, you know, there. Maybe you're into vintage. Maybe you're into vintage rookie cards of coaches. Maybe you're into a Junk Wax Pro Set brand, and that's what you're into, and that's fine. You know, there's a market out there for all of this stuff, you know. Maybe you're into super old and vintage, like before modern era. I think eBay classifies as pre-1980. You know, this, you know, Deacon Jones rookie, I believe from 65 or 66. You know, I'm not sure. No, it's not his rookie, but yeah, you know, there's a market in vintage, pre-modern era. Maybe you like, I don't know, maybe you like a little bit after modern, but kind of before the Junk Wax era. The 82 Topps is a great example of that. It was the first year that football was licensed, so this was revolutionary to see a team logo on a card. You know, that's there. Maybe you're into autograph cards, and maybe that's what you like to buy. Maybe that's what you like to sell. You know, the price point on a card without an auto and a card with an auto, there's a lot of difference there. So, you know, maybe that's what you like. Maybe you like, you know, parallel inserts and short prints with autographs. You know, there's 7 out of 10 right there, man. I mean, that's tough to beat. Maybe you like patch cards, and maybe you like prismatic patch cards of phenomenal players. You know, and maybe that's your thing. Maybe you like patch autos. You know, here's a short print 36 out of 49 Herschel Walker with an on-card auto. You know, if we look at the difference here between what they call a sticker auto, I don't know if you can tell through the top loader, but you can just barely see that faint line of the sticker and then the holographic background. But there's sticker autos and there's on-card autos, and you got to kind of be well versed in knowing which is which. Maybe you like to sell graded cards, you know, and maybe that's your wheelhouse. No matter which way you go, you can't be wrong. And there's plenty of opportunity out there. And to kind of elaborate and expand and put some context to that opportunity, man, I want to take a few minutes of your time. I'm going to flip the camera around and I'm going to go over this month's numbers. All right, so we talked a little bit about what kind of cards you could sell. And like I said, man, you know, for me, I like to stick with what I know the best. You know, anytime I get outside of those boundaries into like baseball or basketball, hockey, not so much, but I don't know it as well as football. You know, things are kind of up in the air. I'm not as efficient in the process of pricing and just knowing what the hell's going on. I mean, I'm not. But with football, you know, that's primarily what most of our sales are. You know, that's kind of my wheelhouse. And as you can see day in and day out, you know, this is the kind of offering that we sell. We sell a lot more of these than we do of these for right now, you know. And we're not really into the graded card market yet. But the information I want to share with you today hopefully helps to shed some light on how you can go from this to this pretty effectively. So one of the things I gotta say to you guys out there is thank you, because doing this on a daily interval has forced me to be more accountable to the actual card business that I'm trying to get up off the ground and keep running. And what makes me say that is, here it is, the 31st of the month, and all of our accounting, like picking up, you know, accounting for what we sold, accounting for what we bought, you know, our eBay fees, all that stuff, we're all rolled up. Usually, you know, until this venture right now, man, we would be about the 15th of the month before we'd be getting our stuff together. So real quick, man, I want to share with you the numbers for this month as they stand, and kind of give you an idea of why it makes sense, you know, because I know what you're saying, man. GK, I don't know why anybody would want to sell a 99-cent card on a daily basis, and I don't know why anybody would want to do it time and time again. Well, hopefully what I'm getting ready to explain can help expand on that. So this month, you know, we had 321 total cards sold, all right? That's an average of 10.3 a day, roughly. Now, those 321 card sales equaled $965 in gross sales. So our total amount of sales, $965. That averages out to about $3 per card. So whether we're selling something like this or we're selling something like this, it's like, man, every time I'm stuffing an envelope, it's a $3 bill, right? Now, keep in mind, that's not all the money we're left with to go out and have a party on, because out of that 965, we had to pay 226 in shipping. So in order to get this to our customers, we had to pay 266, roughly about 25%. Like it's looking about 22, 23%. And also we paid $142 in eBay fees. So total fees for the month, $142. You know, and that's with a store subscription, you know, with reduced insertion and listing fees and blah, blah, blah. I do a lot of promoted listings. So, you know, granted, I'm going to pay a little bit more. So that leaves us with $597 in net sales. And net sales is the amount of money that you're left with after you paid the cost of goods, and then you paid to get the goods to the customer. So $597, man, that ain't bad. Now, here's what that $597 based on these guys did for us. it allowed us to reinvest $169 back into the actual cards, right? So stacks like these are made up of those net sales, right? So that 169 that we reinvested in, as you've seen, as time is, episode after episode, some days our mail day that we get in is our sale day a few days later. And that's, man, you can't ask for anything better than that. So after our purchases, it comes down to $427.03. So with about 20 hours or 16 hours left in the month of July, we're at $427 of clear total profit, right? So doing this day after day, every day, resulted in $427. And I don't know, like for me, that's worth it. That's worth it to me, for a small investment of my time and sharing the collection, not just sharing the collection this way via YouTube, but on Instagram, on Twitter, interacting with followers. It's good stuff. So, not only are we making a little bit of money, and 427, man, that can buy a lot of groceries. That can pay an electric bill. That can pay a car payment. That could be a big chunk of the rent or your mortgage. It's there. And so I wanted to share that information with you guys. Hopefully that helps to kind of narrow your focus and help you to improve whatever it is you've got going on within the hobby, man. That's what living the hobby high life is all about. So take care of yourselves. We'll see you again real soon.